What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Fire Grind. My name is Daniel, and on this channel, we talk about stock market investing and personal finance. And in today's video, we'll be doing a part 2 on the interview with Serafino.
I've been in the natural resource business for the last 40 years, and since I came out of university, and I've been involved since then in mining and oil. I created many different companies. One of the most well-known companies, an oil company called Pacific Rubiales, that was a $14 billion company. I created it from a $30 million company to a $14 billion company. We've been involved in the gold sector for many, many years. I built about 6 mines in my career, and still involved in oil and gas and mining. And we are right now currently the largest producer of gold in Colombia. I live in South America, and that's about it.
In this video, we'll be talking about gold in general a bit more. However, he does mention a bit about Caladas Gold and Gran Colombia throughout his answers. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. If you guys haven't seen part 1, you should definitely check it out. It's right up here in the description down below. And as well as if you want to know 7 reasons as to why I'm personally investing in gold, check out that video in the description down below as well. So the first thing that I asked Serafino is that where does he see the price of gold in the near future?
I think the world is coming to the realization that the central bank are printing money without any control. And if you look, it's not only the United States, it's not only China, it's not only Europe, it's everybody. They're trying to cover a problem that it's unsolvable at this point. What do I see the price of gold being? I think gold is going to go up simply because the value of currency is going to go down. The problem hasn't been, if you look at gold has been up against many currencies in the world, with the exception of the US dollars. The US dollar started catching up. But if you would have compared, if you do a chart in the last year of price of gold versus currency, the pesos, the Argentinian pesos, any currency that you look, with the exception of US, all of them have gone up. The price of gold has gone up in local currency. The Americans were the last resistance, and the last resistance came because at the end of the day, people looked at the US as always the place that, at least I can get a 3% return on my money. My bonds are safe. The country is safe. But I think that has disappeared in the last few years. In the last few years, people are realizing that the deficit of the United States is unsustainable and unpayable. And they're going to keep on printing money. So if you live in the country and you got to spend the money, it doesn't matter. But compared to for your investments, where are you going to put your money to make money? Right now, Europe is paying you 0% for you depositing money in their account. And if you go to Switzerland, for example, they'll charge you 1% for you to make a deposit in their bank. So what is really your money worth? You buy bonds, you will lose money on your bonds. If you buy shares, I think it's going to reach a point that there's going to be a correction in the market. The only reason that the stock market is going up, it's because there is no other place to put money except gold. And when you look at gold, it's not only physical gold that you want to put your money in. Physical gold, it's a great investment if you just want to have that investment and put it away. The easiest way to play it, gold and silver, is through companies like us, to the big companies and to little companies like us. Number one, you're going to get a return on dividends, like my company, Gran Colombia, it started to giving a dividend to big companies that are going to give dividends. But it's also the appreciation, because what you're doing, you're buying an ounce of gold, and you're buying an ounce of gold at a discount. I mean, just to give you an idea, if you look at my company, Caladas Gold, 6 million ounces of gold, reserve, measure, and indicated that eventually they will become reserves that they will be mined. $200 million market cap. You're paying $40 an ounce to own an ounce of my gold. It's going to cost it's the equivalent of $40 an ounce. An ounce of gold that gets sold for $1,900 plus an ounce. So there is your upside. Your upside is what price of gold, what return you're going to get as a company, and what kind of cash you're going to make. We're a company that this year, for example, is going to pump out $230 million in EBITDA. And we're a $400 million market cap, so we trade at 2 times earnings, 2.5 times earnings. So this is the kind of things that you have to look as an investor. And if you want US dollars, you're going to buy US Treasury, you're going to get 0 return on your investment. That then turns into negative. After 5 years, you actually lost money on your bond.
So I understand that investors flock towards gold when times are uncertain, as well as gold's been in a slump for the past 9 years. So for these reasons, I am bullish on gold, but at the same time, I know a lot of people like to store their value in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, like gold, has some use to it, as well as there's only a finite amount that can be created. So I asked Serafino what is his opinion on Bitcoin versus gold.
Look, I don't understand Bitcoin, and I couldn't make an opinion on it. I can tell you only one thing. Bitcoin is 10 years old, 15 years old. Gold is 5,000 years old. Silver is 10,000 years old, because it was one of the first metals that actually was found and easy to be produced. These metals have value, not only as a monetary value, because they are so rare and so difficult to have. I mean, gold has a true value because take an ounce of gold and put it in your hands. You know something? It makes you feel good. It's real. It's heavy. It's strong. It doesn't taint. You can take it in any part of the world. You can take it from Papua New Guinea all the way to the North Pole. And if you take an ounce of gold and you need to sell it to somebody or give it to somebody as a mean of paying, they will take it because they will understand what it means. It's something that it's so embedded in our genetics that it's impossible to do. I don't know about Bitcoin. Maybe Bitcoin 100 years from now or 1,000 years from now will be the same. I don't know. I just believe that having physical gold is important. Having a position in gold is important. But most important, also silver. Silver is an incredible thing to have. We produce a lot of silver and a lot of gold. Silver actually does have a use, like gold has a use. People think of gold just to make jewelry, but gold right now goes every telephone that you have in the world. And if you do a calculation of telephones in the world, there is 7 billion people. There's got to be 3 times that many telephones in the world. And every year, everybody wants a new telephone. Put down what it's used every single year in a telephone or a computer. That is milligrams of gold and silver that are put into that, but there's silver and gold that it's very impossible for you to recover. So before, gold used to be something they used to have and store. Now it's part of metals that go into technology. So it becomes something useful. You're not going to be able to build some conductors without silver and some conductors without gold. So now, not only is something precious, it's something precious as an industrial mineral for everything that we do in modern world.
As a CEO of a gold company, as well as a chairman of another gold company, Serafino knows a lot about gold. He definitely knows the bullish side of it, but he also knows what risks come around when owning a gold company. So I asked him, what are the risks of owning gold right now?
Metals are very cyclical things. If I told you buy 100% and have all your money in gold, it would be the craziest thing that you could do. You want to have your percentage, a certain percentage in gold vis-a-vis the rest of investments that you want to have, real estate and bonds and shares and things that make a balanced portfolio. What I'm saying is that a certain percentage of your investment should be based on things that have, number one, useful things in this new world that we live. So that's minerals. and mining companies. And as a safe haven against currencies and governments that we talked about that are printing money like crazy, you want to have something that has an intrinsic value that holds its value no matter what. I mean, if you bought gold 20 years ago at $300 an ounce, and you put inflation and you put everything behind it, today at $1,900, when you bought it there, you're still ahead of the game by at least 60-70% return on your investments.
Now, there are a lot of different types of gold investments out there, but in this video, I particularly focused on small gold exploration companies, as well as the larger cap gold companies, which are more stable. So I asked him, does he have any advice for investors who are looking to invest in gold?
Buy a gold company, regardless of what it is and what your risk is. The more junior the company, the more reward you can have if you choose your thing well and you study your company well. But if you want also stability, you buy a Wheaton precious metal that is one of our investors in our company. And that's a solid company. That's a company that you will have very little risk, but you have an exposure into gold. And you will do well if you just leave it alone and let it be.
Lastly, we know that gold usually rises in the face of uncertainty. And one of the big uncertainties right now is the US election that's coming up in the fall. So I asked him, does gold care who wins the election? And this was his answer.
Gold's going to win no matter what. You're damn if you do and you're damn if you don't. If the Democrats win, you're going to have an absolute disaster, left tendency for the first time ever in the United States economy of a social. It's going to be, the United States is going to become more like a socialist European country, where you're going to have all sorts of regulation and rules that are going to make you making money very difficult. And if Trump wins, it's going to be a bad situation anyway, because I believe that there is many complications that come with Trump being a president, and you can see it. He wants to fight with everybody. He wants to fight with China. He wants to fight with Europe. He wants to fight with his wife. He wants to fight with everybody. And that's going to create a problem in everything. And that's why gold, I think, has come up. Two things have come into place. America, that used to be the United States of America, that used to be the only safe haven that you could have some logical way of doing things, is disappearing very fast. China is growing incredibly as a country, but it's going to be centralized country that's going to take care of his own people and his own growth. And we'll use the resources of everybody else to do what they want to do, but they're going to take care of their own country. And the United States is losing its power. It used to be the greatest nation. I believe that it's going to be still a great place, a great country, but it's not going to be the great country where you used to say, I'm going to put my money in the United States because no matter what, it's safe over there. I think that has disappeared. And that's why you're seeing the price of gold in the last 2 years going from 1,000 to 1,100 to 1,200 to 1,300 to 1,400 to 1,900, and when it breaks the 2,000 and it stabilizes at 2,000, the next step is going to be the 2,500, 3,000. I don't know when that's going to be, but it's going to happen.
So if you guys enjoyed this interview with Serafino, please smash the thumbs up button, as it really helps with my channel, as well as gets the video out to more people who are interested in investing in gold. Because right now, I think gold's on a pullback in the cup and handle formation, and it could break out to new all-time highs of $2,500 or even $3,000 per ounce. As well as if you have any questions about gold, I'll try my best to answer them in the comments down below. Click that subscribe and the notification bell for future videos that are coming out on this channel about more gold companies. As well as next month, I'll be showing my portfolio once again, and you'll see what gold companies I have put my money into. And we'll see how they've done over 1 month. My closing thoughts for gold are, really you should just check out this video right up here, which I'll link, which are 7 bullish reasons for why you should consider investing in gold today. With that, keep up the grind and have a great day.